No problem to be solved, no, no, no. A gift to be enjoyed. Living single and
Hello, this is Living Single and Loving It, the television outreach ministry of Singles Pleasing the Lord. I'm Debbie Adebayo, and this is my husband, Pastor Julius
Praise the Lord.
Adebayo, and we're here together, and we're doing another segment entitled Sanctified Solutions
Sanctified
for
solutions.
single adults.
Praise the Lord.
Right.
That's-
Word-based answers to situations that single adults are facing.
Yes, yes.
So let's get right into it.
Okay.
I got another one here for you. And remember, these are situations that have confronted us as ministry leaders over the years, and we've kind of compiled a group of them that we believe these will be pertinent to where many of you live right now.
These
and
are
you will
real- these are real issues.
These are real situations that we have faced and with single adults, and so we want to just share with you the advice and the biblical advice that we've endeavored to give them. So this situation, there's a woman that is about to marry a man, and they both have children that they're raising, and they're going to bring these children together.
Right.
So there's a woman with 3 children, and then the man has 2 children, and they're all under the age of 18, and they'll all be living with them. And they want to know what advice you should give them as they put these 2 families together.
Right. Yeah, it is very prevalent in our culture today for
It is.
blended family.
Yeah.
And the name is blended. So it's a process. It takes time to blend things together. So my advice to you is that the first thing you want to do is kind of observe, especially the lady that's bringing her case with the other guy, is you have to be very careful in the sense that you are coming to a house and there are kids there. The first thing the kids want to see, you may not know it, they are watching, is that, okay,
I believe
are
that.
you going to increase the value of their father or decrease it? That is based upon how you interact with their father, on how you respect him. They're gonna be watching you, okay? So you don't just go there with it to become to put everything together right now. You got to be watch how you treat your father first. Then you got to be very observant. It's like you're going to a new job. You want to be very observant. Okay, you got to know what is going on before you can start to change the process.
Yes.
You don't go there to change everything.
Yes.
So what you want to do, you want to make sure that rocking the boat too soon will inevitably lead to conflict.
Yeah.
If you start right away and say, we're going to get everybody together, I'm going to be the mother, you're going to bring stress,
Yeah.
it's going to bring trouble between you and your husband, or your husband. So you got to be very careful in that. Even though you want to change things, you got to, first of all, understand the dynamics that is going on. Every family have their own dynamics.
Yeah.
You got to understand that and see what you can do.
And I'm just, as you're sharing this, I'm just thinking of our own situation where
Right.
we have now our children are
They're old.
adult
Yeah.
children
Yeah.
when this blending took place,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there are a couple of things that have happened here.
Yeah.
And so to the degree that we have experienced success, I think there are a couple of things that we have done here. And I think one of the things that your children have shared with me and that causes them to endorse our relationship and work in family with us is my love for you, my commitment to you. They have observed that over time, and they will frequently say, we know you love our dad.
Right.
We know you take good care of our
Yes,
dad. And
yes.
that's
That
very
is-
important to
It's
them.
authenticated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, that just doing what comes naturally to me, loving my husband and I mean, I wasn't doing it for them. I was doing it because that's the deal. That's how I feel about him. I do love him. I do want to take good care of him. I see that as my role and responsibility as a wife. But I didn't realize at the time the importance that would have to them.
Right.
and our family dynamics. And I think the other thing that I had to realize coming in as the mother of a family is not to try to be the mother to them. I have never tried to be. I am a husband. Now this is different because these are smaller children that you're
Right,
talking about.
right,
But when it
right.
comes to adult children, I have not tried to be their mother.
Right. That's important.
Yeah.
Because you cannot let the relationship develop naturally.
Yes.
You didn't force anything that now I'm now everybody has to call me stepmother.
Yeah,
You see what I mean?
never.
You cannot let it develop. They say that it develop naturally.
Yeah.
So there is a cohesiveness. There is no strife. There is no you got to do this. There is no I am this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something that develops naturally.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. You know.
Yeah.
That is very important.
And you have to gain their respect and develop a relationship with them. And I think that what has helped to gain their respect is the first thing you pointed out, which is key, whether you're dealing with adult children or you're dealing with young children, is we respected one another.
Right.
And that's the environment that we created in our home. And that has laid the foundation. What other things, and particularly, we were talking about adult children, but some of these principles are
Right.
key, whether they're adult children or younger
Right.
children. In this situation, though.
Right, which is basically there can be longing for blending. You can come there and wanna blend, but you got to make sure don't try to parent too fast. You know, you wanna make sure that it come naturally. It should not be something that you try to do. You can't force it. You can't force the kids to.
And this is
love
whether
you.
they're adult children
Right,
or
right.
or small kids.
Right.
You can't force the
You
relationship.
cannot force relationship. You cannot force them to love you.
So how do you create order in the home
Right.
if, okay, the mother and the father are in charge, but are they not to parent? Like, is the father to parent his
Well,
kids
thi-
and the
this-
mother
this-
to parent her
This-
kids?
This is what
how
it
should
is
that look like?
That really
Thank God our kids were grown, but anyway, how does that look like?
Is that the kids are watching. You affirm me. You affirm me. You affirm my leadership. They are watching that.
Uh-huh.
So there is a dynamic that where they see our house is stable. There's no fighting. We don't yell on each other. We don't. So there's a respect. Because of that, they come in line with whatever we do.
Okay, so let me give you a practical example.
Right.
So the mother's kid comes home and he'd been fighting in school and he got suspended
Right.
from school and he
Right.
comes home and he brings that. Does the mother address the discipline that goes with that? Does the father address the discipline that goes with that?
They have to.
I mean, because those are the real life situations that they're
Right. They
dealing
have to
with.
work together.
Uh-huh.
They have to work together. There got to be a unified between the father and the mother. See, the lady has to be she has to affirm the father. There got to be a unity. There got to be a working together. There got to be a togetherness. You know, we cannot go different. They got to, if they have differences, they got to solve it. Not where the kids not in their presence.
Oh, okay. So they work out their differences
Right.
and then they present.
And they present that this is where we
Yeah.
are going.
And the mother can present, but the father needs to be behind. it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
They
it
got-
wasn't be like, well, I wouldn't have done that. You should have whooped him, or
Right.
you should have put him on 3 weeks cunning. No, you work that out between the two of you, and
Right.
then okay.
Yeah, whatever is the situation, the mother has to allow the guy to lead, but the guy to agree.
So you're bringing up another key point.
Right,
So
right.
even though the two families are come together, it was a family over here and a family over there. Now you're married. The two are coming together. The biblical hierarchy of how a home
How
is
to be run.
is very much what should drive this. Whether it's you two having kids together or you're bringing kids together.
Right.
The God,
Right.
Jesus, the husband, the
Right.
wife, the kids.
Right.
That order.
That's all that has to stay.
Yeah.
Has to stay there. And the kid has to see it.
Yeah.
They got to see that it's working, you know, because the kids, sometimes I don't know how old these kids are. They can play games, but
Oh.
they got to be firmness in the
Yeah.
family. They got to be stability in the family.
Right.
They got to be order in the family.
Yeah.
You know, also both the man and the woman has to work together on that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
And I think that that's the wisdom of God, and you have to take that wisdom and apply it to your situation. This is how our house runs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He is the leader.
Right.
And I am endorsing him as the leader.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. See, what you don't want to do, which creates problem, is that you bring your kids, and then your kids, they will wholly play allegiance to you
Yeah.
as a woman.
Yeah.
That can be tough.
Right.
So,
And the way you help to
everybody
build that
have-
allegiance
right.
is by respecting the other spouse. They see how you respond, and then they follow
They
suit.
follow through.
Yeah.
That's
And-
okay.
and I think the other thing, just me personally and being involved in blended families, is I think that you cannot take yourself, and you had to grow into this. I had to learn this, being very transparent, is you can't take yourself too seriously, and you can't. Yeah, because I used to, when we first got married, I watched everything, and they don't like me, and I took myself way too seriously.
Right.
And you can't do that, and you can't be too sensitive.
Yeah.
You got to work this thing out. You got to grow by situation. You have to walk in love toward one another, but don't be too sensitive,
Right.
and
Right.
don't take yourself
Right.
too seriously. Or you're gonna walk around with your feelings hurt all the time.
Right.